Time for yoga. Happy spring. So this is a classic story. It's called The Hungry Tiger, or The Tale of Two Tigers. It probably has a number of different names. I've heard it both ways. So here's how the story goes. One day, a man was walking through a forest when a tiger spotted him and gave chase. The man ran as fast as he could, but as he reached the edge of a cliff, he lost his footing and fell. Desperately, he grabbed onto a vine dangling high above the ground and hung there. Looking up, he saw the tiger still watching him. And looking down, he saw another pack of hungry tigers pacing below. And then, from a crack in the cliff, a tiny mouse appeared and began gnawing at the vine. In that moment, the man noticed a ripe, glistening strawberry growing nearby. He reached out, plucked it, and popped it into his mouth. And how sweet, how delicious it was. So we can see the tiger above as representing our worries about the past. The tigers below can symbolize fears about the future. And the mouse represents that relentless passing of time. And yet, in the middle of all this, the man finds joy. And it's joy not by changing his situation, but by fully embracing and experiencing the present moment. So that strawberry is that nugget, that gift that we can find. The beauty, even the Native Americans would say that they're the beauty of being present, of what you can find. No matter how overwhelming life feels, or the outer world feels, there's always something to savor if we pause and connect with the present. So we're going to go ahead and close the eyes. Coming into the body. So even with the eyes closed, you can connect with your senses. Sense of smell. Are there any smells around you right now? Smell of incense burning. Smell of your room warming up with the hot sun outside, spring sun. Listening to the sounds around you. Sounds in your room. Sounds further away. What is the furthest away sound that you can hear right now? Just noticing. And then noticing sounds that are closer to you. A sense of the soundscape. Noticing the temperature of the air on your skin, back of the hands, on your face. And even that taste in your mouth. Maybe it's a strawberry. So really feeling that sense of being immersed in your senses. And then take a moment to find your breath. A little effort involved in shifting your awareness to find your breathing. Feeling the air moving in in through the nostrils and back out. And as you continue to focus on your breathing, let it be a continual strand of one breath leading into the next. Developing a wave-like quality and rhythm. And you might even notice your body kind of swaying rhythmically with your own breathing. Breathing diaphragmatically, so noticing if you are or not. Trying to encourage a diaphragmatic breath, so taking your hand to your lower belly. Below the navel, you can even rest your thumb inside your navel. And as you're inhaling, letting that expansion occur, releasing your belly into the hand. Fill up, feel the bottoms of the lungs inflating, filling with air. And then when it's time, don't force it, don't think it. Let the body tell you it's time. Exhaling. Feeling the contraction or the drawing in. As you exhale, belly moves in. And see if you can, don't think it, just feel it. See if you can bring the exhalation to its natural end. Coming to a moment when there is no need to exhale anymore and no need to inhale yet. That natural pause. You've reached Kevala. Just to rest in that pause for a moment. And then don't think it, feel it. When it's time to inhale again, expanding, filling back up, feeling the air as it inflates the lungs, and it fills you up from the bottom up. Continuing in this manner, exhaling when it's time. Breathing with the whales. So you can let your hand come to rest on your leg now. And we're going to practice an end of 12 breath. So you're going to be using your power of creative visualization here. Something that we all have the capacity to do in our minds and our brains. So with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine a spot that's about 12 inches, more or less, in front of your nose. So it's in that space in front of you. Imagine an area. And you're going to start to take the inhaled breath in from that area, as if you're breathing it in from that spot, that area. Breathe it in, still breathing in as much as you like. And you're breathing into, filling a spot that's about 12 inches internally, deep in the body. So maybe on the inside of the breastbone, about 12 inches down the trachea, down the neck, into the depths of your being. And then you're going to exhale the breath out from this 12 spot of 12 inside. Back out again, out through the nose, back into that spot that's 12 inches in front. If you like, you could even open up your mouth now, but just only if you know that you're going to be able to do this and not get anxious. Still breathing slowly. So you're going to breathe it in as if you're sucking it in through a straw from that area that's in front of you. Maybe envision it as a field of golden energy. Breathing it in into that area that's 12 inches down. Letting that golden energy expand. Maybe it's a different color for you, that energy that you need. Just let it be. Maybe it's a rainbow, kaleidoscope of color, energy. But continually, once you inhale and you feel full, then you can gently blow the breath back out. Back out into that space. And so if you like now, you can change your end of 12 to be above your head. So 12 inches above your head. And then you can add in the chant or the mantra, So Hum. So the So is the inhalation, and it's kind of silent. You're going to breathe in through the nose, connect with that almost silent sound as you're inhaling, imagining the energy coming from over the head into the area about 12 inches in, below the nose, deep in the body. And then as you exhale, imagine that there's a portal or a doorway that you're just going to exhale out through the heart. Inhaling from above the head, so, and you can make a sound now, so you're just going to slightly part your lips for the hum. Whatever the sound is. Maybe it's like a humming sound, maybe it's just a whooshing sound, maybe it's just the sound, the vibration of love. So, and just let your body vibrate as if you've plucked a string on a guitar or a violin. Just have that resonance as you're humming. One more. So almost feel the waves of energy moving out from the center of your heart all the way out to the edges and beyond. Your own unique frequency, vibration. And now you can let your breathing return to be its own. Connecting to now a sense of that you are breathing, the body is breathing. You are aware that the body is breathing. And then that sense of who is it that is aware? Or another way to connect with it is, I am breathing. I am here. And I am aware that I am here. Of now, the strawberry. All right. And then when you're ready, you can bring yourself back. And let's come down to the floor. So legs out. So you can lean back. You could also sit on a pillow if you want to, or a folded blanket, whatever you have there. And we're just going to lean off to the side and take one leg back so that you have if you have knee issues, you might want to sit higher, like on a bolster. And then you might need also, if you're going to sit up higher, you might wish to have some blocks nearby so you can use them to help prop you up. But we're just trying to open up this thigh. Okay, so it's not going to be a big Virasana. Okay, so you're just going to lean back a little. And so this thigh is getting longer. So just do the best you can. Trying to make sure that this foot is flipped over so that you're on the top, more or less on the top of the foot, even if it's slightly turned, just to avoid, having your foot come out at an angle like that, which can be hard on the ankle. And actually, as well as it communicates to the knee and then also the hip flexors or the hip joint. So just lean back, take a few breaths. See if you can use that power that you have again of creative visualization. Visualize, if you have to close your eyes, do it. Visualize the breath moving into this area of your body, breathing into the hip, into the crease, into the muscles. Visualize a sense of warmth in the muscle, a sense of release. Yeah, all right. Then we can come up and we're going to switch sides. So I recommend leaning back so that you can take your leg out. It's easier on the knee, on the hip too. And then second side, one leg back. Susie's hiding her head under the chair. I'm not sure why. Oh, she heard her name. So second side. She's being shy today. So again, closing your eyes to visualize. Perhaps, if you like, you can visualize each of the muscle fibers, strands of muscle. However, you can create some kind of an image of this in your mind. Visualize them. Letting go. Visualize them warming with relaxation, with calmness. Is calmness warm or cool? There's no right answer. Just go with it. Breathing. Try to remind yourself to breathe diaphragmatically throughout your yoga practice, releasing the belly. All right, one last breath. And then you can press press yourself up, coming back up. And lean to the side to extract your leg. Okay, so now grab your bolster, unless you already have it. Mine's over here. And let's break down child's pose. Actually, it is child's pose, and it's also breaking down a squat, a malasana. So this is the difficult part about malasana, which is such a beautiful pose, but because of knees or hips, we have a difficulty in doing it. So here's that time where I said we might raise our arms above our heads, and you can arch to the side if you want. Push the ceiling up, and then drape over. And just let your arms come to rest on your legs. Letting your spine curve outward now, creating that beautiful turtle shell. So with the front of the body a little compacted, see if you can breathe into the back of your lungs. And you might be able to notice that sense of stretch of your lungs into the back of the rib cage, into the inside of the spine even. Even allowing your body as you inhale to expand or to rise a little bit into the expansion. And to settle as you exhale. And then you can go ahead and take your last breath here. Pressing up, coming to sit up. And so now let's add the twist, which makes it the malasana. A mala meaning like a necklace, or so we're just going to turn to one side, and you can hold on to a knee or a leg or the bolster or whatever to kind of anchor you into the twist. And as you're turning, first we'll start off with the spine lifted. You can put one arm behind you, one hand behind you, prop yourself up. Rotating, breathe. And then you can kind of turn to bring your torso, your sternum in alignment with your thigh on that side, the right thigh. And then just bow or bend over. You can kind of hug your leg in. So it's like a twisted forward bend. But it has the malasana, some of the beauty, the strawberry moments of malasana here as we have adjusted it. And breathe. And if you can twist a little more, you might twist and look up. You can even roll your eyes to the right corners, outer corners. Just breathe. And then come back. So kind of move in reverse. Come back up to an upright seated position. Now we're going to go to the other side, so you can bring your right arm in the front. Left goes behind. And we're just just going to twist with a straight spine, with a lifted heart, and to lift your Hridaya, your oh so little beautiful human heart that's beating, sense of being alive as you twist and turn and look behind you. Hello, wall. Hello, this part of the room. Hello, dust bunny. Hello, sky. What do you see on this side? Breathe. And then taking your last breath in the upright position, we're going to come halfway back so that you can now face your knee and draw yourself over. Take a few breaths. And then see if you can twist a little further with perhaps your torso is resting on your leg. You can turn your head even, rotate your eyes. Look for the crows. And you can take another breath and come back to an upright position. So usually when we do a twist or a squat with a twist, the legs are more together. So see if you can bring your legs together, a little closer together. You might have to extend your feet out a little further in front of you, and you also might have to prop yourself up behind you. It might have to be more of a leaning back kind of a seated position. So now we're going to twist again. So you can lean back and twist. I like to hold on to the bolster for this one. So you're just twisting. See if you can, sense that wringing out action in the belly, in the abdomen, perhaps deep into the organs even. As you exhale, hugging in those organs, squeezing the organs. If you like, you can turn your head and look back behind your shoulder. Smile. And then come back to the front and center, and then we'll go to the other side. Another twist. Finding that the strawberry in this present moment. You can give your eyes a little rolling action, looking all around in a big circle in one direction and then roll them around in the other. Look straight ahead, look forward, but open the eyelids really wide, as if you're trying to create like bug eyes. Smile. Come back to this front and center, and then you can take your legs out, and then let's just come forward into a child's pose. So we're going to do some child poses with twisted childs and downward dogs. So if you know that you like to have your head on the bolster, or if you need whatever you need to build up from the bolster to rest your head when we do a long dog, go ahead and have those things nearby. Block might help, or a pillow, extra pillow. And then we'll get ready, but first in a child's pose. So the knees are under the the body. You can curl your toes under. So just kind of warming up your shoulders here. You can also let your hips settle back. Come on up, dogs. Up into the down dog. So as you come up, starting off shifting your weight into the legs so that you are not coming down too heavily on your shoulders or your arms or your hands or wrists. So if you like, you can kind of swivel your feet back, giving yourself a wider stance, and slide your hands forward until you can get the crown of the head to rest on your prop. Now, if you need to, put a block on top of the bolster. Or if you prefer, you don't have to put your head on anything, especially if your head is really far off, away from the ground. And you're not quite sure how wide you can go. There's sort of that negotiation between how wide the distance between your hands and feet can be, and going splat. So you have to listen to your body. What's working for you? Check in with your hands. Suction cup the palms. See if you can experience the circumference of the palm of the hand. And then also spreading the fingers, let them radiate out and away from that palm. See if you can encourage your lower arm to internally rotate so that you're pressing the thumb muscle and your index finger, the junction between the thumb and the index finger, down to the mat. And that you might even notice that you can lift your pinkies up. Pinky fingers come up off the floor. When you need to, come down, take a breath. And you can start to bring yourself down to sit on the heels again. And this time, bring the tops of your feet to rest on the mat. And we will go wide for a wide child's pose. And you can hug your bolster in closer to you so it's supporting the sternum, the front of the torso. You can have the forehead rest on your hands, or you can turn your head to rest on the side of the face, whichever works for you. Just let your body kind of pour out onto the pan as if you are pouring out pancake batter onto a hot skillet. Just pour yourself out onto the bolster. All right, so take your last breath here. find the strawberry moment, in the moment. Coming back up. Let's do another downward dog. And if you want, you can do another one that you're resting your head. Or we'll explore a more narrow stance. So one thing that you can play with here once you push yourself up is that you can take your heels down to the floor. And so what might have to happen here is that you have to walk your feet in closer to your hands in order to do that. And then also noticing that you kind of lose that beautiful lumbar, you lose lordosis. But you get to open up the backs of your legs a little bit more in this variation. Some people like to pedal the heels, one down to the floor at a time. Really opening up slowly. And then if you still have can spend more time here, then step back to a more middle or hybrid between the long and the narrow. Your most perfect downward dog. So your heels are still going to be up in the air now for this one. Balancing on the toe boxes. Lift up the toes themselves. Rocking on the balls of the feet or the toe boxes. Roots of the toes. Pressing. Just breathing, just a dog breathing. Breathing and finding strawberries. When you need to, take your last breath. Lower yourself back down to the floor. And now let's do the twisted child. Yeah. So sitting sideways. As you de-rotate, keep the spine lifted like you're zipping up a sweatsuit. Zip all the way up to the throat. Shoulder blades relaxing down your back. Shoulder blades relaxing, and also your shoulders rolling back. Keep your ears stacked up over the shoulders so your head doesn't droop. And look back over the back shoulder. Breathe. And then spin to face the bolster. So it's nice to stop here for a moment, put your hands on top of the bolster so you can use some pressure to push yourself up. Turn the torso to face the bolster. And you might notice a deeper twist. Yes, and then go ahead and come over the bolster. Come down over the bolster. Elbows sliding out to the sides. You can tuck your fingers under the bolster. And turn your head to rest on the temple. And you can take one last breath and push yourself up. And let's do one more downward dog. So you can decide, or you can explore the whole journey. But as you rise, stay in the body. Just the most important thing is to be present and to notice what's happening. So it's good to notice what's happening and be present to avoid injury, but also, and perhaps in my mind more importantly, is so that you find the beauty. Find the strawberry. And then, when it's time to take your last breath, come on down and we'll twist to the second side. Jyoti just shook a cloud of hair to the air. And you can de-rotate first. And again, I'm practicing to lift the sternum, but take your shoulder blades down your back. Smile. Have that internal smile. Smiling from deep inside. And then when you feel ready to spin forward, again, pausing to put your hands on top of the bolster to give yourself a little bit more kind of a mechanical extra turn. Take a few breaths. In this upright position, you just might notice a different twist, a deeper twist. Don't go too far. No strain, just deep. And then coming back down over the bolster. Spread the body out. Just let go. All right, then you can take one last breath and start to push yourself up. Coming back up. Whew, feel elongated? Feel good? All right, so let's, before I forget, or before we run out of time, that's probably what would happen. Let's do something for those inner thighs of yours. And let's do a Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, with the feet on the bolster. So I know that too, that it's beneficial to have a couple blankets to put under the thighs here. And you'll probably just want to have nothing under your head except your mat. If you recall, this is, you put your feet up on the bolster, right? You can roll up blankets. If you need more than one under each leg, you can roll two up and get a really high prop for the thigh. Or you can have nothing under the thighs, but I think you should start off with blankets under the thighs because it does tend to put a little strain on those hip joints. So really tuck in the blanket and then slide yourself down onto the floor. So just let the back of the head be right on the floor. You can take your hands to your skull, cup the back of your head with your hands, and just lift your head up slightly so that you're gonna, as you lift your head up, you're gonna let your head dip down, chin dip down, so that the chin is coming down toward the throat, and then put your head back down on the floor. Give yourself permission to take out your ponytail or your bun. Or if you have a sweatshirt on with a big hood that's making your head come up, put the hood on. And then as you lay your arms on the floor, externally rotate them so the palms are facing up. So you can gently, so your chin is now down toward the throat, right? So you can gently press the back of your head into the floor, but keep your chin down. And as you press your head, let your shoulders tuck under. So they're doing that external rotation. And now the arms are facing, hands are facing, palms are facing up. Now take your hands to the outer thighs. Push your legs together. And then you can roll to your side and push yourself up. Introducing my strap from the Salvation Army. I'm so excited to find one of these D-ring belts. I think it costs like $1. Perfect. And it's just like the yoga straps that are like, what, 30 a piece. So we're gonna use the bolster, drape back over it, and then put a pillow or a folded blanket back there for your head. So that you can take the strap or the leg up into the air, straighten the leg, press up into the heel, and then you can also kind of hook your fingertips into the strap, and that your arms are straight, like you're hanging from the strap. But put your head back down if it came up. Let your shoulders relax. So noticing you've got that lumbar spine curve, it's present, so you can release your tail toward the floor, press up through the heel, and then also press your toe box into the strap as if you're trying to break through the strap with the action of the roots of the toes pressing into it. Try to spread your toes also so you're not squeezing your toes or your foot. Breathe. All right, we're gonna take one last breath. And then you can do that external rotation of the thigh so that the knee drops out to the side, and use the strap to pull your foot towards you so that the foot is now crossing over the body, and you can kind of hold on to it, rock it out to the side a little bit, back in. It's not a big motion. And then you can put that foot down. So now we're going to trade sides. But you can start off sliding both heels in, heel slides. Cross the second leg over the first. Put your strap on. Now remember, this side might be different. It's going to be different, but do you know how different? So you can straighten both legs out. One comes down to the floor, the other up into the air. Drop your tail toward the floor, so there's that active anterior tilt of the pelvis. So this means you're tilting the tailbone down toward the floor while the front of the pelvis kind of pops up toward the ceiling. And you're hanging from the strap. And take it another breath. And then again, bend the knee out to the side. There's that anterior or the external rotation of your thigh. Grab your foot or your ankle from the back and your knee, and do the old rocking of the baby. All right, then you can put that foot back down on the floor. Heel slide both knees up and roll to your side. And we're gonna just push your bolster back, just so that when you lie back down now, it's gonna be under your head. Just your head. So this is gonna cause your, just push it out so that the back, just the base of your skull is on the bolster. You can feel it. Kind of the lower portion of your cranium, your occiput. That's the bump in the back of the head is the occiput. So the lower portion of your occiput is resting on the bolster. And your chin now is really being encouraged to snuggle down into your throat. And so then you can take your arms out wide and now press the base of your occiput into the bolster and lift your chest up. And just hold it for 3-4 seconds. And then lower yourself back down. So it's not something that you're going to hold for a long period of time. But yeah, 3-4 seconds. Maybe you inhale the breath now. And as you're exhaling, push yourself up. keeping your chin down. Just look down towards your chest. And then let go. Back down. Relax. And we'll do a couple more. So this is resetting where your the base of the cervical spine meets the top of the thoracic. Tends to be a problematic area. So we're trying to work with that. Bring that area back online. So when you're ready, notice before you push up that your chin is down towards your throat, that you're pressing the back of the head, the base of the skull, as you lift your heart. And then when you need to come down, and we'll do one more, so take a break. Okay, you ready? Press the chin down to the throat, a gentle pressing. Press the lower occiput to the bolster and lift the chest. And then come back down. You've got this. All right, so you can slide your feet in, bending the knees, roll to your side again into that fetal position. You can scoop your head so it doesn't bang on the floor and push yourself up. Okay, so let's do what is fast being referred to as the best Setu Bandha. So you're going to take, I like doing it with the one block up on the high tower version, and then the second block is going to be more the medium height. But you can also take it down so that the block that's going to be under your head is at the middle setting, and that the block that's under the shoulder blades is going to be at the lower setting. Okay, but you can decide what is your best block placement here. So here's another adjustment here. So you just explored that idea of pressing the base of your skull into the block. And when you do that and lift your chest up, you can externally rotate your shoulders a little bit more, spinning your arms back. So even that you can, when you wiggle your thumbs, palms are facing up, right? So when you wiggle your thumbs, you can feel the floor beneath them. Make any other little adjustment that you feel you need to. Simply be. Did a lot of doing, a lot of effort was required to make this posture perfect. So now find your way back to pure being. So we're going to try to stay here for another 3 minutes. So you can increase the bridge quality of the back bend by opening the front body, the belly, and by really tilting the pelvis, have that anterior tilt, so your ilium are going to be moving outward while the tailbone moves down. You can trace the body here with your eyes, your internal gaze. Closing your eyes, trace your body. You can trace over the top in one direction, and then over the head or around the feet to the back, down the back of the body. So you can wrap your arms, take your arms up in the air and wrap them around your shoulders. You can even cover your face with your inner elbow. And then you can take them back up. Take them out wide, and then do it again, but switch the arms. And then you can open the arms back out, take them out back down to the floor. Make sure that the palms are facing the sky. And then you can foust your feet. Remember, foosting is just gentle foosting action, squeezing of the feet. Squeeze, let go. And then let the feet go again. So you can begin to bring yourself back now. So this is a posture that to come back, it's almost easier to just to turn your arms over so the palms are on the floor and you can bring your arms in closer to you. And then slide your hands in or up so that you can push yourself up, you know, one arm at a time into a seated position. And come up to sit up. So now it's time for you to decide how you'd like to end your practice. So decide how you're going to place your body. Let the body be, let the rules of engagement here be that you are going to spread the body out into whatever posture you have placed yourself in. You're going to let the heart be open. Let go of all wanting things to be different. As you relax deeper and deeper down toward the floor, feel the sense of being supported by whatever structure that you are lying on. And then knowing that beneath that structure, the earth is there. Letting go of the thinking mind. So all you need to do is create some space. So much space. And as a thought or a feeling pulls your attention towards it, be aware of that sense of being tugged to pay attention to that. And simply put a whole lot of space around that thought, to that sensation in the body, to that memory, to that fear. You're wide awake, experiencing your mental body. You might experience your sense of consciousness as a single drop of water, like a single drop of morning dew. Almost feeling that sense of your consciousness contracting into a single moment, drop of water. And now let this drop expand. Expand to the infinite, to become an ocean again. A sense of the infinite ocean of all consciousness. the salt of the ocean, the salt in you. That you are a child of salt. Smile internally. And just rest in this unseparate awareness into the universal smile. May we all truly know what it is that we are. And now come back to your heart. What is your heart's true desire? And repeat that to yourself 3 times. Come back to your breath. Be with this natural breath. Come back to your body and invite some gentle movements in your toes and your fingers, in your knees, your arms, your neck. And now slowly blink your eyes open and closed a few times. Slowly inviting back your sense of sight and the outside world. So we're excited to announce that we are going to be live and in person in Fredonia, New York. So if you are local or able to travel, Sundays starting, let me look at the calendar. Starting April 13th. Starting April 13th, live and in person at Main Street Studios. You can email me at the link below to find out more and to save your spot. Okay, namaste, be well.